Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 31 of the book of Ephesians. Now, Paul is not going to pull any punches here, so your podcaster is not going to pull any punches here either. I'm going to title today, Pulling No Sexual Punches. And we've just got done talking about the second most difficult thing in the Bible, which is forgiveness. And for many, today's lesson will be the third most difficult thing. We're heading towards a section. We're in it already, a big section about how to live a holy life, how to walk in a holy way, how to walk in a way that's pleasing to God, that doesn't interfere with our relationship to Him. And let nothing be a hindrance to the intimacy that we are supposed to be having with God as well as our fellow human beings. So here is the section. It's from Ephesians chapter 5, 1 through 5. Therefore, be imitators of God as beloved children, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and a sacrifice to God. Verse 3, but sexual immorality and all impurity or covetousness must not even be named among you, as is proper among saints. Let there be no filthiness or foolish talk or crude joking, which are out of place, but instead let there be thanksgiving. For you may be sure of this, that everyone who is sexually immoral or impure, or who is covetous, that is an idolater, has no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. So wowzer. All right. So the first thing he says is be imitators of God. Be godlike, small g. So this is truly, truly a push towards holy living, being at peace with God, be at one with his revealed character, be like God. And obviously this is a very, very high bar. Be like God, be pure like God. And I think a good way to understand that is to start with, well, wait a minute, we're part of his family, we're his children, we should at least bear a family resemblance to this. Let's remember what he's done for us, that he's adopted us, that he's elected us, he's chosen us, he's favored us. We are beloved parts of his family. Remember who our identity is. Our feet are in the butter tub of God's love, in the butter tub of his kindness, in his mercy and his grace. That's from the nuclear power plant of chapter 2 from the book of Ephesians. So remember who we are, because it's going to be necessary as we say, but be careful on what you do. So he's saying, hey, be careful. I'm going to ask you something hard here. So then he says, walk in love, and raises the bar incredibly, as Christ loved us. So we have this perfect example. And then the sacrificial love. And we've talked before about what is sacrificial love. Well, it's something that comes as a cost, because King David said, I will not offer any sacrifice that does not cost me something. So sacrificial love is, by definition, inconvenient, and it is expensive in that it will cost some of the resources, some of the things that I value. So back up in 4:23, he talks about all the things that we're supposed to be putting on behaviors and putting off behaviors and changing our way of thinking. And today we're going to find how this sacrificial love extends to another, specifically with regards to sex. So here we go. So God created us as sexual beings. All of us have sexual engines, and it's the most wonderful thing in the world when it's used productively, and by that I mean in the confines of the boundaries in the walled garden that he would have for us, which is marriage. God is a huge fan of sexuality. He's the inventor, he's the engineer of it, and he definitely wants you to have a robust sexual life. Now, that doesn't come without limitations. We have this wonderful God. He has this wonderful plan. He created us with wonderful sexual aspects to our life, but he's also given us protections in the walled garden of marriage. And our problem is that we spill outside of that pattern and that place and that plan. And so here he says, but sexual immorality, which is the word porneia, in the Greek, which is a catch-all phrase for all sexual immorality. And so then he's going to ask, well, where's the sexual line? How pure do I need to be living? Should I be as close as possible to the line to affairs and porn and other wrongness in sexual living, or should I pull that line back, back with actions, back with images, back with verbal responses? So what's out of bounds? And he answers here and he says, hey, don't even name it. Let your speech and your sexual purity be related. You have this, family association with God and a public reputation that is that's being displayed, and therefore it's at risk. So way before behaviors, way before images, even in your talk, no filthiness, no foolish talk, no crude joking. So what he's saying here is there is a proper way to behave. There is a proper way to speak. There is a proper way to think, even with regards to sexually. So we live in a world. Obviously, this is a fallen world. We have, pornography and websites dedicating themselves to facilitating sexual hookups and apps on your phone. Things outside of marriage. You may have associations with people that assume or promote or even encourage, much less joke, sharing image of things that are not proper. So there's very few people who do this area perfectly or even well. And I think today, if you're one of those people, I think today would be a great day to say, I am sorry, I have messed up, I repent, I turn, please forgive me. So refer back to the second hardest thing in the Christian life, which is forgiveness, as we deal with the third hardest thing in the Christian life, which is sexual morality. And Lord, help me pull the line way back. So let there be thanksgiving. Use our mouth for the right thing. Use our eyes for the right thing. Use our behavior for the right thing. So Paul here is pulling no sexual punches because he doesn't want you to get hurt. He doesn't want you to get knocked out. So I am not pulling any sexual punches either. So let's be pure. Let's be imitators of God, and let's have sexual immorality be far from us, even in our words. Thanks for listening.